you ever wondered why it is in the yoga tradition that people go on to a retreat? Well, it's not just in the yoga tradition. Most spiritual traditions include a period of time away from your usual life, your usual existence, a time for reflection. And this can be seen in some of the major religions of the world. If you take Christianity, Jesus going into the desert for 40 days, 40 nights. So there must be something in the reason why we take ourselves away from our usual day-to-day rhythms. Now, I know myself from my own experience, when I first went on to retreats, I used to think it was a selfish thing. I was spending money on something that could be spent on my family. But the gift that you give to yourself, the gift that having a practice, and you don't need to take yourself away to another country, another place, just as we sit here together now, we are engaging, in a sense, in a retreat. You're stepping out of your everyday life, and it's time really that you've gifted purely to yourself, to simply be with yourself, to acknowledge yourself, to experience yourself and all of the different aspects of yourself. There can be this tendency, we're always looking to be happy, we're looking for this better version of ourselves, when this idea of ourselves is always constantly changing anyway. So when we practice and when you go on to a retreat, it is to witness, to experience, and that's without judgment. Now, in the simplicity of just stepping away from your usual routine, you can maybe come to terms with situations, circumstances in your life that you're going through, and it's not necessarily just the negative aspects of your life. You realise what brings you joy, what reveals the delight in your life. And so, as we share now this time, I'm going to spend a few moments where we just simply sit with no looking for an outcome. You're not looking to change anything, because the realisation is that everything is constantly changing around us, everything constantly changing within us. But usually we don't realise, we don't have the time, it seems, to be aware of these things. We're caught up in the process of life instead of witnessing and reflecting upon life. So sit with me now, find your seat, and as you find your seat, keep your eyes open so you can see maybe the screen, but you're aware of the space, your room around you. For me, the nature around me. And that idea, that suggestion that you're simply gifting now, this time to yourself, to experience, to feel, so an awareness of the movement, the flow of your breath. To feel the subtle sensation of your breath around the tips of your nostrils. Can you feel the temperature of your breath? Is there a subtle coolness around the tips of your nostrils which follows your breath in? A gentle warming around the tips of your nostrils, following each breath out. Listen to the sounds that you can hear. I can hear the sound of the stream, the water bubbling, the water trickling by me as I sit. There's a gentle breeze moving the leaves in the trees. How do you feel? How do you feel right here, right now? Not looking for the right way to feel or the wrong way to feel. It's that simple acknowledgement, that acceptance of yourself, the experience of yourself in the here and now. When you find your mind drifting, maybe drifting back to your day-to-day life, use your senses, use this time to reconnect with yourself and to connect with the here and now, which is the only true reality. Just to breathe, just to simply be. Feel free to comment, let me know. Subscribe and help me to join, to build this community. We can all experience, we can all share the love.